All right, and welcome back to Divinity Original Sins 2 on a run. 75% less XP and twice the amount of enemies. So look at that. The door is open, and today we are going to have a hell of a combat. I know, I promised you that a couple of times, and not always did the combats deliver on it, but this time they will. The last time the arena was... yeah, let's not talk about the arena. I prepared lengthily and intensively for it just to find out that the arena was unfortunately not as difficult as we would have anticipated. Well, wait a second. What do you think you're doing? In the meantime, we are readying our people up here. Let's take a little bit of a, more spread out positioning. The reason for that is, even with being here, she has a wonderful field of view, and there we go. Immediate fight, perfect. Let's just buff up really quick here. Good, and then we will join the combat together with her. So that is 3 people in combat, and now let us at least summon something here. Rain shouldn't trigger. Actually, I wanted to prepare the fight a little bit more, but then it already started. So we are definitely going to see a couple of them. So I assume, let's shortly look into the comment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not all of it. That is not all of it. I do very well remember that we had a huge battle here, even on normal difficulty. Good, now everyone's in combat. Yeah, let's take a look at them real quick. So 150 hit points, that is more than we do have. And they are averaging around 100 armor. Now, I'm not going to charge into them. Matter of fact, in order to go there, it's 3 action points. So we are delaying and simply letting them walk up to us, which means they cannot even take an attack. Secondly, let's slow them down. Fossil strike all the way. There we go. Good job. I will be using Fossil Strike on cooldown pretty much because I want to slow all of this area down. There are 3 more here. 1 here. I still cannot believe that this is all. And keep in mind these guys are level 4. So compared to the Houndmaster, they have about plus 30% of the stats. Slowly chipping down magical armor. And yeah, the tactic that I thought about today, that I want to apply here, is use the high ground there and make this whole inner yard a death zone. And they will need to come into the yard. I really hope that we can heal them fast enough so that the yard is not flooding, because that's the only thing, the only concern I do have, not being able to keep up with their speed. So we're going to haste ourselves. Might look like a little bit ridiculous move to jump from here to here, but it has its uses, and from next round onwards I'm going to go with Peace of Mind just to get some more crit. Let's see whom we're going to focus on. Like this guy here already has really relatively low armor. Really low would be an exaggeration. I think this is the first guy that's going to die. Maybe I'm also using a poisoning arrow. Haven't thought about that yet, but this might be helpful. So next up, they are still slowed. Wait a second. So this guy here has 36 magical resistance, and he's not wet, so never mind. I thought we could maybe freeze him, but we can't. And since we're using our incarnates at the moment, let's just go with them. We do not need to buff anyone yet, nor do we need to heal anyone. I am thinking about keeping the crowd control spells for now, and instead we're using some more magical attacks, like the totems here. The water-based totems are also chipping down their magic armor. I do have the feeling that we are going to be better off piercing the magical armor of them in order for crowd control. So, you wouldn't have guessed, but we're going for yet another incarnate. This guy still has plenty of armor. Only one not having such a high amount of armor is this guy back here, the Magister. And I'm thinking, let's just place a totem right in front of him to slow him further down. He needs to run around that totem, which will mean he's taking 3 attacks of opportunity and will waste some time. This guy here is out of armor, so we could taunt him, but he's just barely also out of range of the taunt. Too bad. Good, let's continue to... Wow, really? That is unfortunate. We were stacking them too intensively there. Yeah, there we go. I figured that much. Was hoping that he wouldn't get 2 attacks off, but he still did. Good, we're going to taunt the left one here. And continue our effort in chipping down this guy's magical armor. So we can, he's also wet, which means we can relatively easy crowd control him. These guys here are a little bit more of a concern. Yeah, immediately started with a very nasty combination. I am thinking, so he's definitely out of physical armor. Let's continue to also chip him down. As soon as he does no longer have armor, we can start to crowd control all of them. But we're losing a couple of incarnates now. That was to be expected. Let's make sure we continue to water the whole area. So he's out of magical armor, and his friend likewise is out of magical armor. Can we hit both of them? The next rain needs to be up where she's standing, because then Hailstrike will... basically all of her frost skills will reduce by 1, so that would be helpful. So these guys here are almost at the point where I would want to have them. Oh, wait a second. We wanted to peace of mind ourselves. Peace of mind is a buff that gives wits, and wits not only raises your initiative, it also raises your critical strike chance. So this guy here is ready to be physically crowd controlled. This guy now is ready as well. So we can use an earth slam in order to knock all of them down. We got 1, 2, 3 more coming, which is really, really unfortunate. 4 even. That, however, is fortunate. Please cast a little bit more oil on the ground. Like, this here is really good. Fossil Strike, still 2 more turns. So let's think out loud. This guy here has 4 rounds cooldown. If we were to reposition someone, this here is not worth the effort. And this here would look a little bit better, to be honest. But we are not threatened yet. Not really. Instead, let's begin by closing off the remainder here. Oh wow, we missed him. That was a poor attack. So we can heal ourselves and keep him busy. The Incarnate at that stage is basically a 1 or 2 shot, so might as well use it. We definitely need to kill people. Wow, that was unfortunate. I don't want to use another shot onto him, so might as well use the arrow in order to get Executioner as a buff and damage this guy here as well through his physical armor. So the taunted one is the next. As long as he's taunted, he shouldn't shield up, in my opinion. Yeah, he's probably just going to deal as much damage as he can. Perfect. So he's not shielding up, which means he's not regaining armor. And now that we have put him in such a pitiful position, let's just continue to crowd control him with a nice little knockdown. And let's place our totems far enough away so they cannot be targeted with the ricochet. That's fine. If she's going to stay here and focus the totems, that is absolutely okay. So this guy here could be shocked. Next turn. At the moment he's still like crowd controlled, so I don't see any reason for shocking him. That guy up here is going to die very soon. And that guy here is causing an issue now. Like, Syken very soon needs to retreat. I do not want the enemy archers to be in the position of effectively shooting from the top. Let's put a nice little totem there. Kill this guy. Okay, he's stunned. Yeah, well, never mind. He's down. So, next up, I don't know, this guy here looks like the original Magister Swordman. I think they had some special ability. I remember that one of the characters, one of the enemies, was wielding a two-hand sword, but probably that was someone else. Having basically the ability, I know one of the characters had the ability to charge or to teleport towards a creature with a blinding strike ability. Good. So we are going to accept that these guys have, at the moment, started to invade the inner courtyard. Yeah, the Magister is taking the most defensive route. Fair enough. I would probably do a similar thing. Let's give everyone a buff. So this guy here is probably going to be teleported. Yeah, this guy here is definitely going to be teleported. Good. So here we go. Long range teleport incoming. Have fun. That will take him at least 2, maybe 3 turns to figure out how to get back. Next up, let's make their ascent here a little bit more difficult. Unfortunately, we can't hit both. That would be too nice to be able to hit both. The poison arrows are pretty good. They are bypassing their regular armor, so not too bad if you ask me. We're using Ricochet next round, or the round afterwards. First of all, need to haste ourselves again, and for that we need flesh sacrifice. Good, so this guy here has certainly done a crucial mistake. He went into the inner courtyard, which he shouldn't have. They have a little bit more magical resist. Too bad. No, I'm not going to waste a potion for just one, a grenade for just one. We are going to stay with what we do have. Let's start first of all with healing Sycan. Certainly need to take on that wizard over that archer over there. I'm not sure yet how we're going to do that. Probably we will try to get rid of all of their magical armor. So with that, there is a chance, him being wet, to lose all of the armor and then be stunned because of standing basically inside of the lightning. But he still has 21, so probably he's going to make it. Although we do have an option here. You can see how I deliberately ignore the other guy. The ranger does way more damage. Oh, wow. So close. Good. Let's go. That's what you get from coming up here. And he walked through the stun. Perfect. Just like I was planning it. Let's continue to harass him. I mean, there's nothing wrong with again stunning him. So first things first. We are hasted. Flash sacrifice to get back to 4. And next turn we're going to put on elemental arrows and so on. It's kind of getting buffs for free. The haste will give us 1 more next turn, and then you will see I'm taking on elemental arrows and getting also more wits from Clear Mind. Wow, I need to stop building the totem so close to them. Wouldn't have mattered because that guy would have killed them anyways. But yeah. So the next contestant is climbing up. Hello there. What a surprise, dear Magister. First of all, let me introduce you to my axe. Oh. And secondly, let's get rid of the physical armor. Good, so we got a couple of further incarnates here. Our cooldowns are coming back up, so might as well use them. In order to taunt. Then he's going to stay right with us. Respectively get an attack of opportunity, but he still needs to attack us. This guy here decides, yep, definitely let's kill the totem. Two extra AP, and we are going to deal with this guy here. Bloody arrows. And let's melt this armor. It's down to 2. Wow. I promised you guys it's going to be a difficult fight. I don't know why exactly only 8 of them came. I was very, very sure that we're going to have more. So the incarnates keep on dying left and right. Their usual lifespan is like 1 round. Oh. So this guy survived. Congratulations. Well, he also survived. Which tells me that that their tanks are not doing a really good job at dealing damage. They are just annoying because they have a lot of hit points and can shield up. So these guys here are the real deal. Good, this guy... Did I just fall down for charging? Seriously? That is something else. By the way, also good combination if he has no magical armor. If you shock him right away and place the totem, there's a relatively high chance that the totem will attack him and afterwards apply the shock effect onto him. Good, so that's 2 free AP right there. Unfortunately, target is too far. So let's continue to kill the last Master Swordsman. You know what? The water here might have been not the worst idea ever. We electrified it, I think, 3 or 4 times now. And the enemy had an incredibly hard time to deal with it. Good. So I can just went up again. And let's see. Well, if the Magister Ranger continues to just shoot everyone and everything, he's not gonna make it. Good, that's not bad either. If she's standing in water, her spells will be cheaper. I feel a little bit bad for this guy. Like, he receives all of the punishment. He wasn't even here once. Good, let's see what the archer has to say. I'm not sure if he's gonna go down. Oh, he is. Very good, because now it is really, really easy. And there we go. He's even frozen. Yeah, the AI did not want to play hide and seek, which I appreciate. That might be strategically bad programming, but imagine if he would now stand up there and just wait and wait and wait and camp it out. Good, we got a couple of totems down here. A little bit of a totem forest. So this guy is going to die. Let's not create more totems, instead directly attack him. There you go. Good. Well, I promised you difficult fights. Difficult they shall be. Maybe not the first one. but they will be difficult. Cannot imagine how we are going to ace the whole area here. Good. Let's all cash loot. We haven't yet found the real loot. Which kind of also tells me that a couple of the other creatures, the other guardsmen haven't joined. Remember that we originally triggered the creatures, the guardsmen. Wait a second, what's going on? My mouse was just off. Remember how we triggered the guardsmen by just running into them as a patrol down there? I think there might be like a maximum range of from where you can trigger. This here is such a good area. We're going to very slowly loot it once we're done. Nice, look at that. Nice little cash loot and some crafting materials. Ooh, and that is good. Magister's Breastplate. Let's take a look at it. Requires strength 11, but it's basically the core breastplate that we are currently wearing. Unfortunately, no one else has leveled strength, so I told you that Beast, our tank, is going to have like 12 strengths just to wear armor. So this one here will be his next armor, unless we find something better. Empty cup, very good. We can use them. Wow, there are a couple of good items here. I'm enjoying the crafting thing. I know it's not the best in the game, but it's still decent. And if if you play it on such a high difficulty where every little bit counts, it's actually not too bad. So down there we do have more enemies. We do have a wonderful skill called Enrage that we just learned. Really liking it. Something that we can cast onto our ranger to make her just like crit almost every attack. Good, we need to open that a little bit later. And we got a nice Magister's leather breastplate. Yeah, so that was good loot overall. Good. Before we pull the next pack, let's save here and do the next video.